Welcome to Westwood, Massachusetts for an autumn day that is rather warm here on Brockton Community Access today. Two 2-0 unbeaten teams take on one another in a bit of a rivalry as your Brockton Boxers take on the Xaverian Hawks. My name is Peter Zimbour, joined alongside my broadcast partner, Brian Madden. I say a bit of a rivalry, Brian, maybe an understatement. Westwood, or Xaverian rather, we're in Westwood, the only team to defeat Brockton last year. They did it twice, once in the regular season, once in the postseason, eliminating Brockton from Super Bowl contention.
Yeah, and Xaverian has, right now they have a better record than against Brockton. So Brockton definitely wants to take back a win and, make amends for last year, pay them back at least in the regular season and see what happens in the playoffs.
Jules Murphy kicks the ball off for Xaverian. Brockton will take it from the 30-yard line. Return man gets up to about the 40. That was number 5 on the return for Brockton, John Bright, and the offense will take over. Story of Brockton's offense thus far this season has been quarterback Paul Mraz. He's coming off a 3-touchdown performance against Taunton last week, 5 on the season. Brockton showing off a number of weapons aerial-wise and on the ground as well, despite the fact that Trayvon Offley missed last week's game and most of week 1. He will be back in the lineup today as we see him in the huddle.
Yeah, and it's good to have him back. That's a huge asset for Brockton. He's their, leading running back and serious playmaker, so he's good to have him back.
So 1st and 10 for Brockton. They start from their own 42-I formation, 2 wideouts to the bottom of your screen. Mraz is back to pass right off the bat. Rolls to the far side. He's going to rush the football, and he's going to bring the football to about the 48-yard line. So that will be a 6-yard gain for quarterback Paul Mraz on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, and if, Nick McDaniels stopped that play, kept him from getting that first down. But that was a good run by Mraz.
Ball will be spotted at the 49, so 2nd down and 3 now for the Boxers. Right off the bat, though, you could see Brockton and Paul Mraz in particular dropping back to pass. Same formation this time around for a 2nd and 3 situation. This time they intentionally go to the ground. It's Offley on the carry, and he's going to be stopped before he hits the line of scrimmage. Xaverian indicating that the ball is loose. And they have the football. No word from the officials. I believe Brockton still has the ball.
Yeah, there was that running play just didn't have anything going from the start. Xaverian was in the backfield very quickly and just bottled Brockton up.
3rd down and 4.
So this will be 3rd and 4. That was a 1-yard loss for Trayvon Offley on his first carry since returning to the lineup after missing last week's game due to injury. So I formation for the Boxers once again. This time they split the wideouts to each side of the field. Mraz pitches it out to Offley. Offley will have the 1st down. Still on his feet as he's taken down at about the 46-yard line in Xaverian territory.
And it's a Brockton 1st down.
Yeah, that was a good run by Offley. There was a little bit of opposition in the backfield, but he was able to get past him easily. Facing one-on-one tacklers, Offley usually does a good job as far as getting past one player.
So 1st and 10, Brockton at the Xaverian 45 is where they'll spot the football. And they split the wideouts to each side of the field once again, I formation. Mraz drops back to pass. First passing attempt of the game. Intercepted by the Xaverian Hawks. Right into the hands of the Hawks. Ball is loose. Xaverian will recover. That is number 28 for the Xaverian Hawks, Chris Tomasi. And that is a turnover. Xaverian will take over in Brockton territory.
Yeah, Chris Tomasi made that interception, made the fumble, and then recovered the ball. So great job by Chris Tomasi. And due diligence as far as staying focused and continuing to attack.
So Xaverian will begin their offensive drive from the Boxer 46-yard line. Not a bad way to start off this offensive series at all for the Hawks. We've got 8 minutes and 51 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, still scoreless, as the Xaverian Hawks offense takes the field for the first time. Screenplay for the Hawks to begin this series. And they will have a first down, or if not a first down, very close to it. The quarterback, number 9, Mike Muir, hits number 21, Tom Jenkins.
That was a nice screen pass.
So Jenkins, with the reception, picks up the first down.
Yeah, that was a nice screen pass by Calvinese. Hit Jenkins out there in the flat, and he turned it upfield.
From Brockton's 34-yard line.
It was Chris Calvinese, the quarterback for Brockton, for Xaverian, rather. 1st and 10 once again for the Hawks. Calvinese in the offense lining up at the 34-yard line of the Brockton Boxers. A little bit of a screenplay once again. I don't know if that is going to be complete.
It shouldn't be.
If it is complete, however, it will be a loss.
Calvinese's pass to McDaniels. Looks like a loss on the play.
So it was a complete pass loss of 1 yard. I think the official didn't quite get a good look on it. He bobbled it, but I think Brockton won't complain since it was a loss.
Yeah, that was an incomplete pass because the ball definitely, he didn't maintain possession of the ball.
35.
This was the NFL and the benefit of instant replay, perhaps. 2nd down and 11 for the Xaverian Hawks. A little bit of a shotgun formation. Calvinese hands the ball off. That's Jenkins up the middle, I believe. Still on his feet. He'll be taken down around the 30-yard line.
Tomasi on that carry. Pick up over a few yards.
Show me that was Tomasi on the carry, the defensive back who got the interception in on offense now. Chris Tomasi getting it done on both sides of the ball. So 3rd and 6 for the Xaverian Hawks.
3rd and 6.
Two backs, two wideouts to the far side. Quarterback lined up once again in a bit of a shotgun. They give it to Tomasi once again. Picks up a yard or two. This will bring about 4th down for the Hawks. In Brockton territory, it wouldn't surprise me if they did go for it.
Good job by Brian Massey, taking him down, stopping him from picking up that first.
4th and 4.
Hawks head coach Charlie Stevenson has some decision-making to do on this 4th down, probably too far out for a field goal attempt at the high school level.
Sorry.
And the Hawks will go for it. It is 4th down and 3. Big defensive stand for Brockton. 3 wideouts, I formation. They hand the ball off, up the middle. 1st down, Hawks into the red zone. That is number 25 for the Xaverian Hawks, Joe Colton on the carry. So the Hawks keep the chains moving as they will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Brockton Boxers' 16-yard line.
It is 1st down from Brockton.
Yeah, that was a good run by Banks, Ted Banks. Just exploded through that hole.
So the I formation, 3 wideouts. Fullback lines up very close behind quarterback for the Xaverian Hawks. Screenplay once again, they seem to love it. It's working well for them. That is number 5 on the reception. He's got another 1st down. That is Mike Warren, and it will be 1st and goal within the 5 for the Xaverian Hawks.
1st down from Brockton's 2-yard line.
So the ball at the Brockton 2-yard line. 4 opportunities for Xaverian to punch it in. 5:14 left here in the 1st quarter. Xaverian trying to draw first blood. And it appears that they will do just that. Touchdown for Xaverian. number 25, Joe Colton, off the middle for a 2-yard touchdown run. And the score is 6-0 with 5:04 remaining in the first quarter with the extra point on its way.
Xaverian did a very good job on that drive as far as mixing it up with passing and running plays. They were able to attack the defensive line hard and picked up some holes.
Jules Murphy for the extra point for the Hawks. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up through the uprights, and the Xaverian Hawks have a 7-0 lead over Brockton. 5:04 remaining in the first quarter. Well, that drive all came about as a result of an interception, as number 28, Chris Tomasi, defensive back for the Xaverian Hawks, picked off Paul Miraz on his first passing attempt of the game, and Xaverian was able to march it down the field and put 7 points on the board.
Yes, they did. He was able to really capitalize on that turnover by Brockton and march down the field. They had a short field. They only had 40 yards to go, and they just kept it moving. Had that one hiccup where they had to go with it on 4th and 3, but was able to pick up the first down plus some more. So Xaverian drew first blood.
Deep, and Trevon Offley back deep. Jules Murphy to kick.
So Murphy boots this one downfield. Brockton's Trayvon Offley will take it in the end zone, and that will be a touchback. Brockton will take over at their own 20.
Booming kick.
It'll be 1st and 10 from Brockton's 20-yard line.
Which you might not have expected from how short his opening kickoff was today.
Yes.
But with that one, he booted into the end zone.
As they say, he got all of that one. So Brockton is going to start in a little bit of a hole and try and put some numbers back up on the board, put some numbers on the board, and maintain pace. They don't want to fall too far behind Xaverian.
So 1st and 10 for Brockton. Yeah, turnover could be deadly on this offensive series. Looks like there might have been some movement on the line, either offensively or defensively. The play will go off. Trayvon Offley to the near side. He's got a first down if the play counts.
Offley on that carry, but there was a flag on the play.
That flag should be offsides on Xaverian.
And it is going to be offsides on Xaverian.
Offsides against Xaverian.
I'm sure Brockton will decline that penalty and take the yardage that Trayvon Offley accumulated. So a first down for Brockton thanks to that Trayvon Offley run. That was a 15-yard run by Offley to begin this offensive series. Ball now at the Brockton 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Morales to Offley once again. Offley's going to be taken down in the backfield for a loss.
Offley on that carry.
Yeah.
Little loss on that play of a yard or two.
Yeah, Offley ran right into that wall. Number 46.
It is 2nd down and 13.
Kobe Integrin. And a little extracurricular stuff after the play was called. Integrin trying to rip the ball out. Offley didn't appreciate that too much and said something to him.
A little bit aggressive out there. 2nd down and 12 for Brockton. Push back to the 33-yard line. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side. Offley in the backfield. Morales looking to pass again. Looks downfield. Just out of reach of the intended receiver, Albert Louis Jean, incomplete.
Yeah, and Albert was open.
Pass intended for Louis Jean by Miraz.
Had Miraz hit him in stride, he'd still be running. He had a couple of yards cushion on the defenders, and probably would have made it to the end zone had he made that reception.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Boxers.
So it should be a passing situation.
And accordingly, they line up with 3 wideouts. But Offley is in the backfield. He's a threat whenever he touches the football. Mraz back to pass over the middle and incomplete. That was intended to number 8 for the Boxers, Jesse Montero, well covered by the Xaverian Hawks defensive backs. So fourth down, and the Boxers will punt.
Yeah, and Mraz didn't really have a whole lot of, you know, the receivers didn't have any space. They're well covered. So it had to been a perfect throw for him to make that reception.
3 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Brockton's sixth offensive drive will result in them punting the football away. Lucas DePina boots this one downfield. Fair catch is called by Xaverian, and we'll see where they spot the football, but it will be around the 35-yard line. That's where the Hawks will take over.
Xaverian takes over with a new set of downs. First and 10, Xaverian from its own 36-yard line.
And the Hawks keep it on the ground. Ball carrier fumbles, and Brockton is going to recover at the 40-yard line. So what looked to be a very good opening play for the Xaverian Hawks on this drive turns out to be a disaster. Ball carrier fumbles the football. That was Colton, I believe, or Tomasi, rather, fumbling the football. Brockton recover, and they take over in their own territory.
And James Flores did the right thing by just pretty much just falling on the ball and rolling over and just maintaining possession. Tomasi tried to pick it up and keep running, but wasn't able to wrap it up.
3:31 remaining in the first quarter. The one score we've seen thus far in the game resulted due to the Xaverian Hawks getting possession of the football thanks to an interception. Now let's see if Brockton can do the same likewise as a result of a Xaverian fumble. I formation for the Boxers, wideouts split to each side of the field. They give it to Offley to the far side. He's rushed onto the outside and taken down just shy of the first down marker, it seems.
Offley on that carry, brought down by Xaverian's Michael Muir.
And that was a kind of a horse collar takedown. He grabbed him by the back of by the neck, pulled him down.
First down.
Called that a first down.
Yeah, so Offley does end up getting the first down. Thought he was just shy, but it'll be first and 10 for the Boxers. Ball spotted at midfield. Clock ticking away with 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. And flags will fly.
We have a flag on that play, quickly thrown.
And it's going to be false on Brockton.
Illegal procedure against Brockton.
Or illegal procedure, rather. That'll push them back 5 yards.
It is now first and 15 for Brockton from their own 45-yard line.
Tomasi seems to have fumbleitis. That's his second fumble of the game. He fumbled that first one, was able to recover it. This time, not so lucky.
So first and 15 for the Boxers. They push back 5 yards due to the illegal procedure penalty, and flags fly once again. And don't know what the call was, but it looked like the official was pointing at the Brockton offensive line. And that's going to push Brockton back another 5 yards.
Back-to-back penalties.
So it'll be 1st and 20. It was another movement on the line.
1st and 20.
And it was
There's a red motorcycle in the parking lot with its lights on.
So 1st and 20 for the Boxers. I formation, wide out split to each side of the field. Mraz back to pass, rolls to the near side, has an open receiver. That's Ralph Cherry, incomplete. So 2nd down and 20 now for Brockton. $1.50 left in the opening frame.
Again, there is a red motorcycle in our parking lot that has its lights on. 2nd down and 20.
So looks like Brockton's calling a timeout, trying to get something, get a play call that will pick up a bunch of yards, try and cut this this time frame in half. I mean, this yardage in half.
Yeah, the 2 penalties really hurt Brockton. It was a 1st and 10 from midfield. 2 consecutive 5-yard penalties put them at their own 40.
On the field, as well as our own Xaverian cheerleaders, our Hawk squad, way over on our left.
It's a beautiful day out here. Nice day for football. It's warm, and it's bright, but it's better than if it was raining.
What's that old Drew Carey bit? What are they saying in Cleveland? At least it ain't raining. That's what we're saying in Westwood today.
That's right. At least it ain't raining.
So 7-0 is your score. Xaverian Hawks on top thanks to a 2-yard touchdown run by running back Joe Colton earlier on in the quarter.
It certainly will be open during the half.
Brockton's 2 offensive series have resulted in an interception which turned the ball over and then punting the football away respectively. This offensive series for Brockton resulted in a fumble due to a fumble from Xaverian's Tomasi. And Brockton looking to make something out of this series now. 2nd down and 23 wideouts for the Boxers. Offley in the backfield. Mraz is back to pass. Flags fly as the ball is snapped. Mraz looking way downfield. Incomplete. It was intended for Albert Louis Jean. Excellent, excellent coverage by number 25, Joe Colton.
Intended for Albert Louis Jean. Flag on the play.
And we're going to have another penalty on Brockton.
Illegal procedure against the Boxers.
So that will be another legal procedure call.
Penalty was declined. It is 3rd down and 20.
Xaverian intelligently declines that penalty, opting to give up a down than another 5 yards.
And whatever Brockton is doing, they need to stop. As far as whatever procedure they're doing wrong. I don't know. I'm going to watch the line and see what's going on, see if I can see anything.
We've seen the official point to the line a few times.
There's 5
And
back.
flags will fly again as Mraz is taken down. Now, was the movement offensive or a defensive?
But we have another flag on the play.
And this one should be offsides on Xaverian.
And it is offsides on Xaverian, the end on the far side of the field. So they'll do that down over. And Brockton should get an extra 5 yards to work with. They should move up.
So 3rd and 15.
It's an offsides call against Xaverian. 3rd and 15 for Brockton.
Well, it's been a very long offensive series to the Boxers thus far, with very few plays actually having gotten off. 3rd down and 15 for Brockton. 4 wideouts. Mraz more than likely looking to air it out. He's back to pass over the middle. There was no one there. Incomplete, 4th down.
Miraz's pass was incomplete. It is now 4th down.
Yeah, Miraz is not looking too crisp today. He's had
I think that Xaverian's defensive backs have done a fairly good job covering his wide receivers.
This is true. However, ooh, that was almost blocked.
DePina boots that one downfield, stays in bounds, and is going to be spotted, I believe, at the 9-yard line. So good job by DePina, backing Xaverian to begin this offensive series from within their own 10.
And that's kind of like in the old days, the coffin corner kick. Get inside the 10-yard line, kick it out of bounds.
So it's a 1st and 10 for Xaverian at their own 9-yard line.
With just 51 ticks remaining on the clock in the 1st quarter.
So Xaverian working out of the shotgun. They go to the ground. And that is number 25, Joey Colton, on the carry as he's pushed out of bounds at the near side. Clock stops, 42 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter. That is a gain of 6 yards, 2nd and 4 on its way.
And that was a good run by Colton.
Looks like 2nd down, 4 yards to go.
Followed his blockers and was able to knock off a couple defenders and pick up a couple extra yards.
And quarterback keeper, Calvin East takes it to the right side. I think he got the 1st down. And the chains will move.
And Louis Jean made that tackle. He made the tackle on this end of the field as well. So he's been very busy in this first half, in this 1st quarter rather.
And flags fly.
The flag before the play develops.
And it will be on Xaverian.
A penalty against Xaverian.
Delay a game.
It's a delay of a game. They did not get the play off in time. With that said, the quarter comes to an end, or maybe they're going to put some more time back on the clock to get one more play off in the 1st quarter. And it does appear they will put a few seconds left on the clock. Maybe 3 seconds. 3 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter, so the last play of the quarter. At least that's what we think is happening.
Looks like they're going to call the quarter.
All right, the refs apparently changed their mind. 1st quarter comes to a conclusion. The Xaverian Hawks are on top over your Brockton Boxers by a score of 7-0. One score we saw in this game was a 2-yard touchdown run by Joe Colton for the Hawks. Brockton's offense yet to really find its rhythm, but they only trail by 7 as we enter the 2nd quarter. Back for 2nd quarter action in Westwood, Massachusetts at the Hawk Bowl, home of the Xaverian Hawks, where Xaverian on top of a Brockton 7-0 as the Hawks have the ball on a 1st and 15 to begin the 2nd quarter. They're back an extra 5 yards due to a delay of game penalty. I formation, one wide out to the far side. They keep it on the ground, and that's going to be a gain of about 3 yards by the ball carrier. Gets to about the 20-yard line.
Handoff to Colton. Joe Colton picks up a few yards.
Joey Colton actually with about a 4-yard gain.
Brockton needs to continue to clog up that middle. Try and slow Colton down and to Massey. Try and force them to go to the air.
So 2nd down and 11 for the Hawks. And Calvinese on the quarterback keeper. They fake the handoff, and he'll be taken down just a little bit after the original line of scrimmage, so it will be 3rd and about 9, or 3rd and 8, since that was about a 3-yard gain.
And good job by Boxers to contain him and keep him just to picking up a couple of yards.
Shotgun for Calvinese, back to pass over the middle, incomplete, nearly intercepted as it was within reach of Walter Gisellas for Brockton, but incomplete. 4th down, the Hawks will punt the football away.
Yeah, and there were 3 Brockton defenders in the area. There was Walter Gisellas, as well as a couple others. But he was the closest one to intercepting that ball.
So Albert Louis Jean back to receive for Brockton as Jules Murphy will punt the football away for the Hawks. Louis Jean at about the 45-yard line, and that's exactly where he will take the football. He gets past midfield to the far side, he's got some room to run, and stays in bound, cuts inside, and will get to about the 30-yard line. So good return by Albert Louis Jean.
And what an outstanding block by 28, Shaquan Lewis, who freed Louis Jean up to pick up an additional 10 yards.
1st down.
Unfortunately,
31-yard line.
Unfortunately, with a single camera, we would not have replay because that was a nice block.
So 1st and 10 for Brockton. Ball spotted at the Xaverian 31-yard line. 9:03 left to go in the 1st half. Brockton trails Xaverian 7-0. And they give it to, or they fake it to Trayvon Offley. Morales still with the football. He fooled me. He's going to run the football, and I think he's going to have a 1st down as he cuts inside. He'll take it to about the 15. 16-yard run by quarterback Paul Moraz. 1st down Brockton.
Yeah, that was a good decision by Moraz. All of his receivers were covered. He was able to defend or knock off a defender, shrug him off, and turn it upfield. Had a lot of open space.
It's the ball officially spotted at the 16, 1st and 10 Boxers. Moraz gives it, I believe, to Brewster, who we haven't seen yet today.
It was Brewster.
Joshua on that carry picks up a few yards. Looks like 2nd and 5.
So that was a 4-yard gain by Josh Brewster. 2nd down and 6 coming up for Brockton.
Yeah, it looked like he tweaked an ankle or something on that play. Got up kind of gingerly. But a good run by Josh Brewster.
Trayvon Offley on the carry for Brockton takes it outside. He's got the first down. Does he have the touchdown? Yes, he does. 12-yard touchdown from Trayvon Offley. Gets the Brockton Boxers within 1, 7-6, and Lucas DePina's extra point is on the way to tie it.
And Trayvon Offley was able to bounce that outside. Excellent block by Jesse Montero, who number 8, who enabled Offley to turn the corner and see daylight, hit that pylon.
DePina to attempt the point after.
So DePina's extra point is up, and it is good. And just like that, the game is tied. 7 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in the first half. Brockton 7, Xaverian 7.
And that's huge. I mean, that's something that Brockton really needed to do in this first half, was to tie this score up. They want to, maintain equal playing field with Xaverian. Xaverian has shut out, up to this point, has shut out all their opponents. So Brockton scoring with that 1 and 2 ranking, they definitely wanted to show that, hey, they're going to have a fight on their hands today.
Sweatshirts and Xaverian stickers and so much more. Stop by and say hello and check out the latest.
Well, Brockton had trouble finding their rhythm offensively through the first quarter. Seemed to have found it in the last series here in the second.
I also want to announce that on October 31st, Xaverian will have its open house here at Xaverian between 10 and 12. If you have no 8th graders who are interested in attending Xaverian, the open house is on October 31st. McDaniels and Colton back deep. DePina to kick off here.
So DePina, per the norm, boots this one into the end zone, and Xaverian is going to elect to down it in the end zone and take over from their own 20.
Takes the knee.
And DePina's,
Xaverian from its own 20-yard line.
DePina is such a well-rounded kicker. I mean, as far as punt, field goals, and kickoffs, he's doing a great job this season. Last week, he had the 3 scores. He made a reception for a touchdown, kicked a field goal, as well as kicked an extra point. So
Lucas DePina getting it done all facets of the game. Colton accepts the pitch on the outside for Xaverian. He'll be taken down after a gain of a few yards.
Colton on that carry.
and great job.
About 3 yards on that carry. 2nd down.
Good job by Brockton defensive backs to stop him, hold him only 3 yards.
And they keep it on the ground once again. It's Colton able to stay on his feet despite some adversity. He's going to bring it close to midfield.
Fantastic run there.
PA announcer here refers to him as Smoking Joe Colton.
Smoking Joe Colton. Okay.
More like Joltin' Joe, I thought.
Huh?
He was more Joltin' Joe on that last play, if I were to give a nickname, but
Yeah.
I digress.
Jolton Colton? Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
I didn't realize that rhymed. I was just going with the alliteration. 1st and 10 for Xaverian. And Calvarese is in some trouble. And he's going to be incomplete. Good pass rushing by Brockton. Big number 75 for the Boxers, right in his face the whole time. William Caruthers.
Under pressure, it is 2nd down.
Yeah, 28 was over there as well. Shaquan Lewis. So So
So 2nd and 10 for the Xaverian Hawks. Ball spotted at their own 46-yard line.
2nd down from Xaverian's 46-yard line.
And it looks like a little bit of a broken up play. Calvinese with the keeper, though I don't think that was his intent when the play began. Picks up a short gain. We'll have 3rd down.
Zach Apathetica got in there quickly.
3rd down and 8.
Took him down after a gain of only 2.
So timeout called by Xaverian. 5 minutes, 47 seconds left to go in the first half. 7-7 is your score. We're all tied up.
Yeah, 3rd and long situation. So Brockton just wants to stand tall here and let it be a 3 and out. Take back the ball back with around 5 minutes remaining in the half. A lot of time.
Again, a reminder that the Hawk Hut is open at the half. Fine food available. Please make your way to the Hawk Hut.
Well, this week's game's certainly a lot different for Brockton and Xaverian as opposed to last week's game. Brockton with a dominant victory over Taunton last Friday afternoon, 43-6. Xaverian, on the other hand, had a game very much similar. They defeated Waltham by a score of 31-0. So both teams coming off blowouts and competitive here in the first half against one another.
From its own 48-yard line.
So 3rd and 8, Xaverian Hawks. Their own 48-yard line. Back to pass. And that is either going to be incomplete. And people are shouting that Brockton should be penalized. But I think that the Brockton defensive player.
It was a good hit. It was a good hit. He led with his shoulder. Hit him just right after he caught the ball, within 2 seconds of him catching the ball. So that was a good hit.
Xaverian player was on the ground at the time contact was made. I think some people wanted a call due to that, but no call nevertheless. 4th down for the Xaverian Hawks. They'll punt the football away, and Louis Jean is lined up just shy of the 20 to receive.
Louis Jean back for Brockton, back deep, and Jules Murphy to punt.
Good kick by Murphy. This one is going to go into the end zone.
Yeah,
so it'll be a touchback. Brockton takes over at their own 20-yard line. 5:32 left to go in the first half.
Xaverian 7, Brockton 7.
Yeah, that was a booming kick by Murphy.
At the halftime, we're going to have a performance by our front barn cheerleaders, as well as our visiting band from Brockton High School.
Brockton ranked number 2. Xaverian number 1. So Brockton would like to knock them off and take that first place ranking.
Offley on that carry.
Offley picked up about 5 yards on that. Actually, about 3 yards.
3 yards will be 2nd down and 7 for Brockton. I was doing the math, Brian.
Yeah, I was looking at the sticks. I was like, okay.
Said 5. I was like, okay, I got to redo that one.
Yeah, not quite 5. All right, it's across the field. Conference at the football.
Do the game. Sean Noonan, please come to the announcer's booth as soon as possible.
What's going on?
We've got some discussion going on between officials and coaches for the Xaverian Hawks. It should be 2nd down and 7 for Brockton.
And Brockton calls a timeout while all this is being figured out.
That was an official's timeout to check the time.
And Coach Peter Colombo over there talking to his quarterback, Mirage.
So Brockton keeps this one on the ground. New ball carrier for the Boxers. That is number 48, Alex Moretta, who we've yet to hear from today. And he's going to inch close to a first down. Oh, he's going to have the first down. Chains will move. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. And 1st and 10 on its way for Brockton.
Yeah, good run by Moretta. He's a big back. Nice blocking back. And when he gets the opportunity, and he can pick up a chunk of yards.
Three wideouts for Brockton, I formation. Miraz maybe looking to air it out. Dishes this out to Trayvon Offley. Offley stays on his feet, moving backwards. This could be a significant loss if he doesn't find his way back to the line of scrimmage. Flag comes in as soon as you call it. Looks like it will be a face mask on Xaverian.
So that'll be a nice little pickup of 15 yards.
There was a flag on that play as well.
So face masking call on Xaverian. And that'll be a 15-yard penalty, moving Brockton forward.
Keep going. There you go. Get a little trot. You got a ways to go there.
So Brockton will now be at their own 46-yard line with 4:01 left to go in the first half. Score tied at 7. Up here on top of the press box where we're located, Brian, getting quite a bit of sun rays today.
Yes. I think there will be. Yeah, we should have had some sunscreen because it's definitely warm up here.
1st and 10 for the Boxers. I formation, wideout split to each side of the field. Miraz back to pass. Rolls to his right. He's got Ralph Cherry complete. First down. Cherry taken down around the 40.
And no flags on the field.
On that carry, enough for another Brockton first down.
Good job by Brockton. Miraz rolled out to his right. Hit Cherry, and Cherry was able to turn it upfield and easily get a first down.
First down from Xaverian's 39-yard line.
And Peter Colombo's mixing up his plays.
So
Very well.
formation for the Boxers again. Split wideouts to each side. Miraz drops back to pass. He's got some pressure. Dishes it out to Trayvon Offley. Offley's going to have a gain as he spins to about the 35-yard line. Maybe a gain of about 5 or 6 yards, depending on where the football is spotted. It'll be a 5-yard gain, Brockton.
And 53 had a chance. Kevin Eilfeld, but Offley Offley was able to shake that tackler and turn it up and pick up an additional 4 yards after the contact.
Mraz hands it off to Offley. Offley staying on his feet despite some trouble and still on his feet. I think he's got the first down. Flags come after the play. We'll see what that's all about.
Wow. There's a lot of laundry on the field over there. It looked like every referee that had a flag threw a flag, except for this one judge on the left-hand side.
The one that wasn't
here.
in the area, so whatever the verdict is, it's unanimous. And it was a face mask on Xaverian.
Face mask on Xaverian.
And the fans are getting restless. They don't like any calls against their team.
Well, 3 out of the 4 refs, I'll see it. I'll take their word for it.
Every ref on that side of the field threw a flag. So,
well, they were more disappointed than anything. First down, Brockton. Inside the red zone, ball spotted at the Xaverian 14-yard line. $1:54 and counting left to go here in the first half. Brockton trying to punch into the score, take the lead for the first time in this ball game. I formation, 2 wide, I'll split to each side. Mraz hands the ball off. I think that's Offley, could be wrong, but nevertheless, he is going to be stuffed shy of the line of scrimmage.
actually, it's Brewster.
It was Josh Brewster on the carry.
And Brewster had nowhere to go. He ran right into the wall of the Hawks.
Brewster on that carry, brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
So clock continues to tick away.
There's a loss of a yard on that play.
With 1:20 left to go now. That was a short loss by Brockton, 2nd down and 11, we'll call it. Mraz back to pass, and he was looking for Lucas
with the
Tapina,
flag on that.
incomplete.
Mraz's pass is incomplete.
Pass interference. There definitely should have been a flag on that play.
Intended for Tapina. It is now 3rd down.
Well, I think the defensive back made contact with him right as he made contact with the football.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Call by Brockton.
they're complaining about every call against Xaverian.
You're taking it personally, Brian, I think.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm neutral. No, I'm not. I bleed red and black.
3rd and 11.
But I try to be objective. But see, Brockton has the threat of a actual field goal kicker, so he could kick a field goal from here or pick up another couple of yards.
That would probably be about a 25-yard field goal at least.
And he can do it. I said I can't guarantee it, but
he's capable of it.
He's capable of it, and I think that Coach Colombo has enough confidence in him that he'll give him the opportunity.
Well, 55 seconds left to go. It is a 3rd down situation for Brockton.
I absolutely hate the stomping.
The Hawks fans start to stomp. They give it to Offley up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle, still on his feet, into the end zone. Touchdown, Brockton. An 11-yard touchdown run by Trayvon Offley. Boxers take the lead.
So we'll never know if Tapina would have had an opportunity to kick that field goal. I'll tell you, I'd much rather have 7 than 3 any day.
So Trayvon Offley, after missing half of the opening week game against BC High due to an injury and all of last week's game against Taunton, returns today with 2 touchdowns thus far, both here in the 2nd quarter. Brockton leads 13-7, 46 seconds left to go before halftime, and Lucas Tapina will try to make it a 7-point game with the extra point. Austin Roberts holding for Brockton. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. And the point after is good. Brockton leads 14-13.
14, Xaverian 7.
So not only has Xaverian, the Hawks, not given up any points prior to this game, but this is the first deficit that they faced.
And 14-7, Brockton on top.
followed by the Brockton
46 seconds left to go, and be curious to see what head coach Charlie Stevenson and the Xaverian Hawks try to put together on this offensive series with limited time to work with.
Oh, I'd love to see them try to go to the air, intercept it, and then pick up another 6 points.
You do try to be objective.
Okay. I'm a little biased, just a tad.
A little bit. Well, Lucas DePino will kick off to the Xaverian Hawks.
I make no apologies.
I realize that. No apologies and full disclosure, right?
That's right. That's right. But I try and be you know, unobnoxious, so that we continue to be allowed to get into stadiums of our opponents.
Beautiful kick by DePina. Colton takes this one from about the 5-yard line. Moves up to the 20, cuts in, taken down at around the 30. That was a good return by Joey Colton for the Hawks.
Yeah, that was an outstanding return. I mean, you know, to pick up an additional, you look at anything past the 20 as extra yards, bonus yards. So they still have, what, 69 yards to go with just 39 seconds remaining in the half. So that's a tall order.
And that's Colton on the carry once again. Close to a first down, stopped about a yard shy.
9 yards, 8 or 9.
Clock continues ticking away. 25 seconds left to go.
Good run by Colton.
And clocks does not stop. I thought it was going to stop at a certain point.
Xaverian appears to be happy to just go into the, well, not happy, but they're going to go into the locker room down by 7. They're conceding the lead.
Well, there you have it. The first half comes to a conclusion, and Brockton leads by a score of 14-7, thanks to 2 touchdown runs by Trayvon Offley in the second quarter. And Brockton looking good through one half of play. Brian really picked up the slack from some early on of not finding their own rhythm.
Yeah, they started off slow and was able to pick up their momentum going into the second or end of the first quarter, and all through the second quarter they played much better defensively and offensively. So good job by Brockton.
Well, there you have it at halftime. Brockton leads 14-7. So we'll step aside for a quick breather. Second half action. When we return, you're watching BCA.
I'm a lion!
Yes, you are. Come here. Let's see how this looks.
Hey, how's my little horse?
She's a lion.
Yes, she is.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just...
And we welcome you back to Brockton Community Access as we're set to begin the second half between your Brockton Boxers and the Xaverian Hawks as we head into the second half of play. Brockton will kick off to Xaverian as the Boxers have the lead 14-7. Peter Zimbor and Brian Madden high atop the press box here at the Hawk Bowl in Westwood, Massachusetts, where Brockton took the lead in the first half in the second quarter thanks to 2 Trayvon Offley touchdown runs from 12 and 11 yards out respectively. That after Xaverian got off to a jump start of a 7-0 lead due to a 2-yard touchdown run from Joe Colton in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Brockton was able to take advantage of a fumble, the second fumble by, what, Tesseri? What's that kid's name? Number 26.
You were thinking of number...
Oh, Tomasi.
25.
28.
Tomasi. 28, Chris Tomasi.
Tomasi
had an interception earlier in the game, and that interception led to that eventual 2-yard touchdown run from Joe Colton, which put Xaverian up 7-0 initially. But it was a Tomasi fumble, which led to Brockton recovering, getting the football to take the lead 14-7 in the second quarter. Lucas DePina set the kick off and kicks this one a little to the left, not as high up as his normal kicks, and it looks like Xaverian is going to take it from within the 2-yard line, and the return man's going to get it back up to about the 20-yard line. That was Joe Colton, and a little bit risky as he initially took it from about the 2.
Yeah, and another great kick by DePina. Kick it all the way down to the 2-yard line, and you're right. Colton picked it up and picked up 18 yards on that play. Actually, a little bit more than that. 20 yards.
First and 10 from the 22.
Well, they're going to spot the football at the 22-yard line. First and 10 for the Xaverian Hawks. Quarterback Chris Calvinese lines up in a shotgun. He keeps the ball, dishes it out to Colton. He's taken down immediately by Brockton. That is number 32 for the Boxers on the tackles, James Flores.
Yeah, James Flores, he's having a great game. He's been in on a number of tackles, a couple individual tackles, so good job by James.
There was a loss on that play.
So that pushes Xaverian back a few yards. Ball now spotted at the 17-yard line of the Hawks.
Yeah, and that play was slow to develop. It was the option play, but it's really moving kind of slowly.
Second and 16, Xaverian. I formation. Wide outs to the near side. Calvarese looking. I don't know if this guy's open. And there's going to be a flag, and that is probably going to be pass interference on Brockton. There was plenty of contact going on between number 21 for Brockton, David Barthelemy, and the receiver, number 9, Mike Muir. But will it be offensive or defensive pass interference as the officials congregate around the 35-yard line?
Yeah, it looked like Brockton had the had position on that.
It's going to be pass interference on Brockton.
Penalty against the Boxers, pass interference. And a first down for Xaverian. We're on the 32-yard line, first and 10, Xaverian.
So first and 10, Xaverian now. Ball at their own 32-yard line. They give the Colton up the middle. He'll get a yard or two on that carry.
Joey Colton on that carry for a pickup of a few yards. Looks like second down and 6.
And big William Carruthers. 6'2", 280, defensive lineman.
So second and 7, ball on the 35-yard line now for the Hawks. There was a 3-yard gain in that carry by Colton. They keep this one on the ground again, up the middle. Short gain. That is number 44 on the carry for the Xaverian Hawks, that being Zach Bartlett.
Zach Bartlett on that carry.
And on this drive, Brockton is really clogging up that middle. Not allowing any seams, any creases for Xaverian to pick up any big chunks of yards.
So that was a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 5 now for the Xaverian Hawks. And flags fly before the flag comes together. And it's going to be an illegal procedure call on Xaverian.
Illegal procedure against Xaverian.
A lot of infractions called this game on both teams.
Eight minutes, 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
3rd and 10.
And that'll make it 3rd and 10 for the Xaverian Hawks due to that penalty. Ball back at their own 32-yard line. where they began their possession. And they pitch the ball out, bobbled a little bit. Colton able to recover, still on his feet to the 40. He's got some room, he's got the first down, takes it to midfield.
And Joey Colton dances down that sideline. First down, Xaverian.
Col- and Colton took about 3 seconds to collect that ball. It was just bouncing around in his hands. He was fortunate that a defender wasn't closer, because that would have been a short turnover. But able to pick up that first down.
So ball at midfield, 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Power I with the shotgun to Colton, and oh, he's taken down immediately. Big stop by big number 75
Carruthers.
for Brockton, William Carruthers.
Chris Tomasi on the carry.
Heard from him more than once today.
Yeah.
Also about a yard.
That's going to push the Hawks back 1 yard, now at their own 49. 2nd down, 11 to go, 7:40 remaining in the 3rd period.
Carruthers is doing a great job just clogging up that middle. He's a very agile lineman.
Back to pass, and that's going to hit a Brockton defender on the back. That was number 51 for Brockton, who made a deflection without realizing it.
Right off his
Zach
head.
Apotheker.
Pass intended for John Warner. In
Chris Calvinese just threw that one over the middle, hoping it was a Xaverian player.
by Brockton defender. We're on 3rd down, 11.
So 3rd and 11 now for the Hawks.
Tight formation.
Xaverian back to pass. It's Calvinese. He's going to have to rush to the right. And he is not going to have the first down. He's going to be a few yards short.
Gain of about 7 yards on the play. 7 or 8.
And Charlie Stevenson, head coach for Xaverian, looks like he's sending in the punting unit.
Walter Jocelyn made that open field tackle. Great job by Walter.
Jules back to punt. Jules Murphy. Lewis Jean back deep.
This punt is going to go out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
Murphy's kick goes out of bounds.
Good kick by Murphy.
Brockton takes over.
So Brockton takes over from their own 10, 6:20 left to go.
1st and 10.
Here in the 3rd quarter. This will be the first time Brockton's offense takes the field here in the 2nd half. Moraz looking to pass. He was looking for Ralph Cherry, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
And he threw it behind Cherry.
Intended for Cherry. It is now 2nd down and 10.
And I don't know if because it's windy. I don't know if the wind is affecting his passes, but his passes have not been clean
Windy
today.
and humid. It's an odd
Yes.
mix.
Well, he's got his towel. Dry your hands.
Very humid for a fall day. Screen pass by Brockton to Albert Louis-Jean. He's got room to run. He's got one defender to beat. And he is going to be taken out of bounds around the 36-37 yard line. So first down for Brockton.
First down, Brockton.
Nice pickup, about 23 yards.
Yeah, ball spotted at the 37-yard line now.
Good job.
Brockton zone.
From Brockton's 37-yard line.
So, and that was a good call for Miraz pass play. Nice short pass out in the flat. Able to make a completion.
Miraz hands it off to Trayvon Offley, and Offley taken down for a significant loss in the backfield.
Yeah, that play also was slow to develop as far as...
kind of curious. I think that they may not have caught it, but it looked like this, and I'm not saying this definitively happened, but the center may have snapped the football, and Miraz accepted it, so it wouldn't look like a false start before anyone really knew what was happening, because it looked like...
He wasn't ready.
It looked like Miraz took a step back before the line was up. Up the middle, that is big number 48 for Brockton, Alex Moretta.
Moretta on that carry. Pick up of a few yards. Looks like 2nd and 12. Third and 12.
So Brockton's still not at the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 12.
There a flag on the play.
And delay a game called against Brockton.
Illegal procedure against Brockton. Penalty 5 yards.
Yeah. Well, we got the coaches up here for Xaverian saying that Brockton is doing a legal procedure, lining up a tight end as a wideout. So they're trying to get the referees, the umpires.
There's been so much
attention.
flags thrown today that there's a flag still in the field that a ref has forgotten to pick up and doesn't realize it's there behind him. 3rd down and about 16 to go for Brockton. 3 wideouts, 1 man in the backfield. Miraz back to pass. He's got time. He's looking over the middle to DePina. Complete, just short of the 1st down.
Oh, that's a bad spot. He was...
Well, they haven't spotted it just yet. He's going to be about a yard shy.
Miraz's pass to DePina is complete.
Coach Colombo has a decision to make.
I think Brockton's going to go for it. It's going to be 4th and short. They are at their own 46-yard line. Brockton says, we're going to go for it. And the Xaverian crowd and the Brockton crowd both rise for their teams, respectively. And timeout called by Brockton, and a flag comes after they called timeout, it appeared.
Yeah.
Let's see what that was.
I think he called timeout first. He should pick that flag up.
And the officials are going to converge on this one. It appeared that
called timeout.
Yeah, it appeared that Paul Moraz called timeout.
Before they threw the flag.
After he called timeout, was jogging off the field, the flag came out. So we don't even know what the call was, but let's see what the officials say. Well, this is a pretty long meeting taking place at about the 45-yard line amongst all 5 officials.
They've had a few meetings today. This is like the third.
Well, one issue that we had in the first half was that the scoreboard clock here at the stadium was skipping ticks. So the time on the field was more accurate than the time on the clock.
What are we having, dinner at your house tonight, Matt? Nah. Yeah, they picked it up.
So
That's
there
what I thought.
is no flag.
No flag on the play. 4th down and 2.
Good call.
So it'll still be 4th and short for Brockton. Now you could see on that last play, I think Brockton was forced to call a timeout. I think Brockton had a long snap count, and they were trying to draw Xaverian offside to get an automatic first down.
Yeah, and I think that's the case. I think they were trying to draw them offside. So I don't know if they're going to kick now.
It looks like they're still going to send Paul Moraz in. Ralph Cherry steps up for a breather. Lucas Tapina, who would be the punter, is actually going to come out of the game. So Brockton taking some wideouts out of the game.
They better hurry up before they get a delay of game.
Fourth and 2 for Brockton. I formation. They give it to Trayvon Offley. He is going to be very close. He might be just short. This is going to be interesting to see where they spot the football. I thought he was a little bit short.
He's short by about a yard.
Well, they might bring out the change just to be certain in a scenario like this. I think he's short as well. They're going to bring the chains out just to make sure.
But based on the position of the sticks,
so good defensive stand by the Xaverian Hawks. They get the ball back with 2:41 remaining in the third quarter as the Xaverian Hawks look to try to tie this game at 14.
Yeah, and
they trail Brockton 14-7 right now.
And the Boxers have to stand tall, try and make some stops, get a 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 for Xaverian. Ball at the Brockton 46-yard line, shotgun, 3 wideouts. And they pitch the ball to number 6. He's going to be taken down at the 40-yard line, about a 6-yard gain by Ryan Farrell.
And that was a nice shovel pass. They were in position to, it appears like they were going to do an option play. And he just flicked it forward. We're able to pick up a good 6 yards.
2nd and 4.
So 2nd and 4 for the Hawks. And they pass out to number 20. 1 for Xaverian, Tom Jenkins.
What a stick.
Yeah, there's a little bit of helmet-to-helmet contact there as well. That could be dangerous.
He's in pain.
Yeah, that was helmet-to-helmet.
I don't think it was
face mask.
I don't think it was intentional. I think he just went to tackle him, and their helmets clashed.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line.
He's still down on the ground.
On the sidelines.
Cramping?
And the Xaverian Hawks are going to call a timeout. So 1 minute 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Xaverian has the ball at the Brockton 34-yard line, 1st and 10, as they trail the Boxers 14-7 here in the third period.
Well, it seems to have cooled off just a little bit up here. Sun's behind the clouds.
And Joey Colton, the ball carrier for Xaverian, he's taken down immediately by Apotheker for Brockton.
Yeah, good job by Zach. He got in the backfield quickly and took him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10.
So 2nd down, and this time it's our boy Caruthers
Bartlett on that carry.
taking down Bartlett
Yard on the play.
shortly after he passed the line of scrimmage.
Caruthers is having a great game. He's really clogging up that middle.
Brockton's 34-yard line.
So another stop with short yardage, and it should be a kicking situation.
So 33 seconds left on the clock. 3rd down for Xaverian. Calvanese to Colton. Colton taken down fairly quickly by Albert Louis Jean. That's going to be a 4th down for the Hawks on its way.
Pick up over a few yards.
Long, 4th and long, 4th and about 6.
We have a 4th and 8.
4th and 8.
Well, the third quarter comes to an end, and it's the first quarter of this game where it's scoreless. Brockton still on top, 14, Xaverian 7.
To help our maintenance crew at the end of the game, we'd ask that you take your trash with you to receptacles. And at the end of the game, if you're parked in the Mercer parking lot,
And that was a good defensive.
please exit by Route 1A. Exit out Route
That was a good
1A.
defensive stand by Brockton on that series. It's still 4th down. They may go for it. So I would think they wouldn't. But
Gotta remind you
there's
that
only one
Xaverian
quarter to go.
October 31st from 10 to 12.
11 short minutes.
Middle school boys, 7th, 8th grade. who are
But once again, Brockton up 14-7. You're watching Brockton Community Access. We'll step aside for a quick breather. 4th quarter on its way. 4th and 8 for Xaverian as we begin the 4th period. They are in Brockton territory at the 34-yard line. They're going for it in this 4th and 8 situation. Calvanese back to pass. He rolls to the near side. And he's got a receiver. 1st down if it counts. There was a flag. Pass is complete to Mike Warren.
Catch by Mike Warren, but we do
We'll see what the call was. It was coming behind quarterback Calvanese, and Calvanese, or another offensive play for Xaverian, talking things over with the white cap official on the field, so let's see exactly what the call was.
penalty on Xaverian.
Well, it will be
Chop-
on
it looked like a
Xaverian.
chop block.
Yeah, it looked like he said shot block. He didn't point to who it was at, but I guess it's against Xaverian. And that is going to push them back significantly.
15 yards.
Well, if there's any question about whether to go for it or to punt previously, I think it's clearly a punting situation now.
Coming up, Jules Murphy on the punt.
4th and about a marathon.
Albert Blue Jean back.
Yeah, if you transpose yards into miles, you're right. A marathon.
Albert Louis Jean set to receive around the 15-yard line for Brockton. Murphy will punt it away for Xaverian. And Louis Jean's going to let that one go into the end zone.
Jules Murphy's kick goes into the end zone. Brockton will take over on their own 20-yard line.
So that controversial go for it by Brockton in Xaverian territory with 2 yards didn't come back to haunt them. They were able to make the stop on that series and take over with 10 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Now hopefully Brockton will continue to play aggressive and attack and not play, no, I ain't even gonna say it. Hopefully they just continue to attack and play aggressive.
So 1st and 10, Brockton from their own 20. Miraz still with the football. Looking downfield, he has an open receiver. It's Montero, complete, still on his feet in Xaverian territory. Finally taken down around the Hawks' 43-yard line. Jesse Montero with the reception from quarterback Paul Miraz. Great way for Brockton to begin off this fourth quarter offensively.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, continue attack. That was a very aggressive play.
From Xaverian's 44-yard line.
And it looks like we have a Xaverian player down across the field.
He's got cramps. Jerry, the trainer's over there trying to work out the muscle spasms he's probably receiving in his legs.
Yeah. Brockton trainer Jerry Connor tending to the fallen player for Xaverian, as well as the Hawks trainer as well, who we believe is Paul Mendez out there.
But that was a great call. And he wasn't that wide open. I mean, he had a defender right there.
Well, it was a very accurate pass and a good catch by Montero.
Yeah, Miraz hit him right on the numbers on that one. And I know I've said a couple of times that Miraz has not been as crisp as games past this game. I stand by that.
Well, he sets a high standard for himself with 2 touchdowns in week 1 and 3 in week 2.
Yeah, but he still is a very quality and qualified quarterback to lead this Brockton team.
And we've talked about this on the airwaves here before. In high school football, more often than not, you see teams stick to the running game. There's some teams that keep things exclusively with the running game,
yes,
and rarely pass, if at all. Brockton, fortunately for them, has the option to air it out when they want to this year, thanks to quarterback Paul Miraz and his backup, Austin Roberts, very capable as well.
Yes, and Miraz is more of a traditional quarterback as far as stand in the pocket and throw it downfield. However, he does have the athleticism to be able to turn it upfield and run and pick up first downs and elude tacklers.
Once again, you're watching Brockton Community Access. Peter Zimber, Brian Madden calling this game from the Hawk Bowl. 10:15 remaining in the fourth quarter as Brockton leads Xaverian by a score of 14-7. Brockton will have the ball at the Xaverian brothers' 44-yard line. One play resumes. There is a injured player on the field for the Hawks. That is the cause of this delay. We'll get an opportunity to take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Brockton Boxers after 2 consecutive road games. Brockton back at home next Friday night, October the 1st, as they host St. John's Danvers. So we look forward to being back at Colombo Field at Rocky Marciano Stadium next Friday night. You can see that game and every Brockton Boxers game all season long. Sunday nights here on Brockton Community Access and various times when they're replayed during the week. BCA Channel 98, the educational access channel, home to Brockton Boxers football.
And they're taking a significant amount of time to get him loosened up and off the field. Where's the cart? Bring the cart over there. Roll him, get him, Yeah, there they go. They asked for the cart. It's about time. Could have did that 5 minutes ago. Let me stop. You know me. My filter is small. Brockton is playing very well today. This has been an excellent game, and you know, Brockton wants to try and maintain this lead, come out of here with a victory.
Yeah, it's still competitive.
Oh yeah, it's very competitive. But we knew it was going to be competitive. But to I don't know if you would want to call it an avenging of last year's losses. I know that that's right in the back of their mind as far as.
Oh, and this player that is down for Xaverian, they're not going to let him put any pressure on his legs, so hopefully he is okay.
I think he still just has cramping. Because
well, let's hope that's all it is.
Based on, well, if he had an injury, they wouldn't have been stretching him out like they were. You know, because they had, Jerry was on one leg and the other trainer was on the other, and they were pushing his legs up.
Trying to see the number on that injured player.
Oh, okay. It's 28. 20.
Is that Chris Tomasi?
Yes, it is.
Chris Tomasi, we saw with an interception earlier in this game that resulted in Xaverian getting the ball to put their only touchdown of this game on the board, so he's a co-captain on this Hawks team. And it is Chris Tomasi who verified. Back to live action. Brockton gives the ball to Trayvon Offley, 1st and 10. Offley is going to take the ball to about the 39-yard line. That will be a gain of about 5 yards for Brockton. 2nd and 5 on its way. Clock ticks away with 9:49 to go.
Offley on that carry picks up about 5 yards.
And Chris is in
2nd and 5.
He's in a lot of pain. He's down on the field wincing and blowing in his hand. That's something you never want to see.
Yeah, they're working on his lower left leg, it appears, from our vantage point up here. Don't want to speculate too much. We don't have any medical background. 2nd down and 5 for Brockton. 9:18 on the clock. Mraz hands it off to Offley again. And Offley is going to be taken down for a loss.
Offley on the carry, loses about 3 yards on that play. Brings up 3rd down.
And
3rd and 7.
Offley's moving a little gingerly himself.
Well, Offley, as soon as contact is made between him and the defender, he pretty much does all he can to stay up on his feet.
The score, Brockton 14, Xaverian 7. Going to call attention to our football cheerleaders on the field. We'll make sure we'll get their routine right. Get the music in there next home game. And also our Hawk squad over to the left, cheering on the guys from Xaverian.
And across the field, you hear the in the background the Brockton Boxers.
Yeah, the Brockton Boxers band with a lot of new songs I'm noticing this year.
Yeah.
They're doing Black Sabbath right now. They did the Ramones earlier, and also Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
I'm enjoying the new numbers.
And look at your versatility as far as your musical expertise.
I do have both Black Sabbath and Salt and Pepper albums at my home, yes.
Yes, yes. Regular old Renaissance man, Mr. Zembor.
You know, for years they were doing Wooly Bully, and, you know, as much as I love Wooly Bully, it had been outdone at that point. So it was nice to see them changing up a little bit.
Vinny McCrena does a great job as far as keeping their routine fresh and new and exciting.
It's 3rd down and 7 from the Xaverians, 41-yard line.
So 3rd and 7, Brockton. Miraz back to pass. Looking for Ralph Cherry, off Cherry's fingertips, incomplete.
Oh, he was wide open.
Pass for Cherry, incomplete. Brings up a 4th down.
And Cherry upset with himself for not being able to bring that in. But it was a little high and a little bit behind him. So, but it's still one that he feels he could have caught, should have caught. So the Brockton box is deep.
Is back deep for Xaverian.
Timeout. Xaverian.
Xaverian.
So Xaverian calls a timeout on this 4th down situation for Brockton. 8 minutes, 31 seconds left to go in the game. Brockton still on top, 14-7. Neither team has scored here in the second half.
Well, this is a huge series right here. If Brockton is able to stop them from scoring on this series and get the ball back, they'll pretty much be able to run out the clock. So that second touchdown is huge at this point.
Well, Xaverian seemed to take the timeout. I don't know why they take a timeout before a punting situation. Maybe they're fearing that Brockton will fake it inside Xaverian territory. Pure speculation on my part. Number 6, Ryan Farrell, set to receive with the Xaverian Hawks. It looks like number 21, Tom Jenkins, will be back as well.
Ryan Farrell and Tom Jenkins back deep. Defeated a punt.
And they rush the punter. DePina's punt is going to land out of bounds.
That's what it was. They wanted to rush the punter. So I think they wanted to get some speedy guys in there, possibly to block that kick. And they were close to it. It was a low snap, but DePina was able to get off. He didn't get a good kickoff.
Ball is going to be spotted at the 23. So 1st and 10, Xaverian, ball spotted at their own 23-yard line. Man in motion, I formation, wide out split to each side of the field. Calvin East back to pass, dishes it out to Colton. Colton's got room to run. He's got the 1st down to the 40, past midfield. He's got one man to beat. Stays in bound until about the 25-yard line. Talk about Joe Colton making something out of nothing, and on the sidelines cheering him on, which is a good sight to see with the agony he appeared to be in moments ago, is number 28, Chris Tomasi, standing upright. Let's see where they spot the football, where he got pushed out of bounds, but talk about yards after catch, Brian.
Yeah, that was a great run by Colton. I mean, he was able to fend off a couple of defenders, do a little stiff arm on 2.
Well, they're going to say he stepped out at the 32-yard line.
Which is definitely in Brockton's favor. Backed him up a little bit.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. They give it to Colton, and Colton's taken down by Carruthers.
Gets the carry, a pickup of about a yard.
Short gain by Colton.
And if Brockton can stop them here, make them go 4-0, because this is 4-down territory. Xaverian's not going to be kicking this close to the end zone. So I don't care whether it's 4th and 10 or 4th and an inch. It's 4-down territory. So Brockton would definitely like to back them up on a play or 2.
And they pitch it out to Colton, and he's going to take it past the 25-yard line, close to the 1st down.
And that pitch out is working very well for Xaverian. They're a little option pass, or option play.
Looks like a 3rd, and a yard and a half to go.
So we'll call it 3rd and 2. More like a yard and a half for Xaverian.
They need a stop here And one more to follow.
And Xaverian looks to have the first down.
Yes.
Rumbling up the middle was number 44, Zach Bartlett, and that moves the sticks.
First and 10 from Brockton's 21-yard line.
And the Xaverian faithful really were kind of quiet for some time. And now they...
well, they're sensing some momentum on their side.
Yes, they are.
Ball at the Brockton 21. First and 10 for Xaverian. 2 wideouts split to each side, and we've got a timeout called by the Boxers.
Good call by Pete Colombo, Coach Colombo. Trying to get the guys, I don't know, all on the same page. Try and quell this momentum. This is definitely an important series.
Yeah, Xaverian doesn't want to settle for anything less than 7 on this series.
Well, I don't think they would. I don't think they're not kicking a field goal with 6 minutes, just you know, over 6 minutes remaining in the game. So if they do get a 4th down situation, they're going for it. So, you know, Brockton's going to have to try and make all the stops necessary.
First and 10, Xaverian at Brockton's 21-yard line.
So first and 10 Hawks. They give it to Colton up the middle, and he rumbles to about the 15-yard line. That's going to be a 6 or 7-yard gain. So Xaverian continuing to move the ball down the field.
And Colton's finding creases. He's finding little seams for him to try and wiggle through, and he's going through with power and picking up a number of yards on each drive.
For the 16-yard line.
Colton once again with 3. This time to the left side.
Just picked up a couple on that one, or a yard and a half.
Pick up of a few yards. It'll be 3rd down.
So this will be about 3rd and 2 for Xaverian.
3rd and about 3, a little short of 3 yards.
And quarterback keeper, oh no, Calvin, he tries to shovel it out to Colton. It's going to be a significant loss as he's taken down at about the 32-yard line. Well, it could have been much worse for Xaverian.
It could have been, but that was pretty bad.
That was pretty bad.
That is huge. I mean, Brockton,
On the Brockton 29-yard line.
I won't say they escaped a bullet, because Brockton's defense has done a very good job from the 2nd quarter on. But this was their most, I don't know.
4th and 18.
This is the most adverse situation.
Well, right now this might be the most adverse situation for Xaverian. 4th down and 18. 4:19 and counting left to go in the game. If Xaverian doesn't convert a first down here, Brockton will get the ball back and will have a significant advantage already with the 7-point lead. Calvin East is back to pass. He's looking, intercepted by Brockton. That is going to be intercepted by number 6 for the Boxers, Walter Giselles.
From Muir, incomplete. Brockton
And I think I know what you're going to say, Brian.
Yeah, why would you catch that ball?
If he had deflected it, Brockton would have the ball.
Why would you catch
There's a
that
fourth
ball?
down. They'd have the ball further up the field.
No, there was no guy, but he was an inch off the ground.
I think it was just his instinct and
I know,
not thinking of the
But
situation.
you know what? You really need to know what down it is and what the situation is and where the ball is starting from. I don't know. That's just the coach in me. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're 100% right.
And you knew it, Pete. You didn't even. My back was to you, and
I was waiting for that lecture. 1st and 10 for Brockton. Ball at their own 11. 4 minutes left to go in the game. And they give it to Trayvon Offley up the middle. He's still on his feet, rumbling for yards, still moving forward, more impressively. And I think he's going to get a gain of about 6. We'll see where they spot it. If Offley can continue to run the ball like that, Brockton is going to just kill the clock for these final few minutes of the game.
1 first down is all they need. 1 first down to enable for this clock to run out.
So that was a 5-yard gain by Offley. 2nd and 5 now. Clock ticking away. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the game. Brockton leads 14-7. They've got the comfort blanket of 7 points. Moraz still with the football. And he is going to take it to the left side. He has the first down. There's a player who lost his helmet on the opposite side of the field, right where flags were thrown. Maybe that had something to do with it, but he continued to chase the ball carrier. So big props to number 53 for Xaverian, Kevin Iffeld. I have no helmet, no problem. That's a football player, Brian.
Huh?
That's a football player.
That's a football player. And that extra yardage that I'll let it go. Yeah, it was holding. It was holding on Brockton.
See, I think it was more than holding, because that's a 10-yard penalty.
Ball's on the 6-yard line of Brockton. 2nd and 15.
Didn't quite catch the
No,
call.
it was a 10-yard. Offley made 5 yards. Then it was a holding call. Backed him up 10 yards from that 5 yards that he made. So now it's 2nd and 15.
Well, 2nd and 15 nevertheless for Brockton. They give it to Offley to the right side. He's got room to run to the 20. He gets to the 30. Flags fly from way downfield. He gets to midfield, and he's taken out of bounds around the Xaverian 45. There was a flag thrown from the defensive backfield, thrown several yards. He got distance on that throw of the flag. Let's see exactly what it was.
If there's a holding call on Brockton, Coach Colombo is going to be livid.
And it is a
Holding against Brockton.
Brockton.
Let me look at Coach Colombo. Maintaining composure.
2nd and 20.
Very good.
So 2nd down and 20 for Brockton. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left to go.
He even eked out a smile. Wow.
It's not going to be 2nd and 20. 2nd and 13, it appears, with the way the ball is spotted right now.
And that interception looms large right now. Not really that large, but large enough because that took away about 13 yards. You know what I mean?
Moraz back to pass. Looking downfield for Albert Louis Jean, incomplete.
Pass intended for Louis Jean.
That was some good coverage by the Xaverian brothers Hawks, defensive backfield.
Brings up 3rd down.
Wow.
Well, Xaverian might get the ball back if Brockton cannot convert on this 3rd and 13 situation.
Yeah, because it's now a passing situation. They're continuing to stop the clock with each incomplete pass and each infraction.
Morales back to pass. He's got a pass rusher, takes him down at the 5. Big defensive play by the Xaverian Hawks. I believe that was number 53 for Xaverian, Kevin Iffeld.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a sure punting situation for the Boxers right now.
Brings up 4th down.
And the Hawks are going to have great field position. Not a whole lot of time, but they should get the ball back somewhere around the 50-yard line. And 2.5 minutes is a lot of time.
Tapina to punt. Jenkins back deep.
Running into the kicker.
And there is a flag thrown as the Xaverian player runs into the kicker and gets up and knows it immediately. That was number 53, Kevin Iffeld, who hit the punter.
On downs.
And that's going to be an automatic first down for Brockton.
First down, Brockton.
And
roughing the kicker.
Iffeld, as soon as he got up, was putting his hands on his helmet. He knew what he did, and now he's crouched over on the field, realizing that
There's a flag on that play.
Xaverian's ability to try to attempt to tie this game back up may be gone right now.
That's it.
So automatic first down, Brockton.
Against Xaverian, roughing the kicker.
So Brockton, with 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the game, perfect opportunity to take over first place status.
So the ball is spotted at the Brockton 23-yard line. And they give it to Offley. He's rumbling past midfield.
Waiting for his blockers.
He's got blockers. Now he's taken down at the 43-yard line of Xaverian.
And that was very, very smart of Offley. He was ahead of his blockers, slowed down, let some blockers get in front of him, and was able to pick up an additional 4 or 5 yards with his comrades near him. Guess you haven't heard that name in a football game recently, huh?
Well, Brockton with a 1st and 10. They spot the ball at the 44-yard line of the Hawks. Clock ticks away. 1 minute, 46 seconds left to go and counting. And whistles before the play comes together. Brockton with the timeout.
Timeout called on for Brockton.
And that will stop the clock with 1 minute, 37 seconds left in the game.
And it's gotten real quiet over here on the Xaverian side of the field. And on the Brockton side, it's getting real loud. The Brockton band is playing a victory song.
Exit by 1A. And please bring your trash with you to the receptacle on your way out. That'll help out our maintenance staff. Again, open house for Xaverian, October 31st, 10 to 12 here at the school. Fashion show, November 8th. Thanks.
Well, game not over just yet, Brian, but I do believe that we have a front runner to give the BCA game ball to at game's end that I'll circle on my notebook in front of you, and you could nod either in agreement or in disagreement for the BCA game ball award winner at game's end.
Not only will I nod, but I'll yell it out. Trayvon Offley.
All right.
Trayvon Offley, he player of the game. I mean, he definitely did a great job today.
We'll make that official at game end as Brockton tries to just keep this drive alive, keep the clock moving, and keep the Xaverian brothers offense off the field. Minute 37 remaining. Brockton with the ball in Hawks territory at the 44-yard line. I formation, one receiver to the far side of the field, top of your screen.
Oh,
a
no.
little bit of a fumble. And just as I said, they try to keep the Xaverian brothers offense off the field. The Hawks offense will come onto the field. Loose ball picked up by number 44 for Xaverian, Zach Bartlett, and the Hawks get the ball back with the $1:33. So maybe we're a little bit premature with our player of the game prognostications.
Wow. Xaverian has more lives than a cat in this game. I mean, Brockton has had so many opportunities to put this one away.
I think Kevin Iffeld is the most excited Xaverian Hawk player on the field, because the lead story in the paper tomorrow won't be the roughing the kicker play. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. They are at their own 45-yard line. Minute 33 to go. Brockton leads Xaverian 14-7. 3 wide outside formation for the Hawks. Calvinese back, looking to pass, looks downfield over the middle. He's got an open receiver, complete. That is number 9 for Xaverian, Mike Muir.
Wow. What a turn of events. What a game. This is a great game.
So that will be a first down for the Hawks. Clock continues to tick away. 1 minute, 22 seconds left to go. Xaverian has the ball at the Brockton 26-yard line. I formation, Calvinese back to pass once again. Looks for Muir, complete inside the red zone at the 19. And Calvinese is slow to get up. He's actually not getting up. He is holding his right leg. That is going to stop the clock with 1:03 to go. Quarterback Chris Calvinese is down on the field.
And there were 2 injuries on that play. I mean, Albanese has cramping, it looks like, and Muir came off after he made that reception, came off holding his right shoulder. So, I mean, there's just over a minute remaining in the game, 1 minute, 3 seconds.
Now, we'll have to see if this holds true, but I believe that there is a rule in high school sports that if a player goes down injured, they will have to miss at least 1 play.
I believe so. He
Chris
should come
Calvinese
out.
is the quarterback of the Xaverian brothers team.
If there's an injury timeout, they're going to take him out for a play. Who is the backup quarterback?
We'll see who head coach Charlie Steven puts in his place
It'll
for
be
the 1 play, if that rule does hold correct.
And it'll be a handoff to Colton. That's all that'll be.
No injury timeout. Timeout was taken by Xaverian.
And that also counts as a timeout against Xaverian, so if they were going to try to hold some timeouts.
And actually, it doesn't name the positions of the players.
We'll see who head coach Charlie Steven puts in if it comes to that. It looks like number 5 is hovering around the coaches. That would be Mike Warren, a junior for the Hawks.
I'll tell you, there's been, everybody's been hydrating themselves. Everybody's been drinking a lot of water, but you definitely get some cramping going on.
2nd and 2, Xaverian.
Now, he should have to come out.
Well, it looks like Calvin East will remain in the game. So I don't know if that is a definitive rule or not, but he is coming out to play, so apparently not. Second and short for the Hawks. 2 yards to go. Ball at the Brockton Boxers' 19-yard line. Calvin East has a receiver. Short screen play. Does he get the first down?
Calvin East's pass to McDaniels complete.
That was to Nick McDaniels. That was a short pass.
Yeah, it doesn't appear he made it.
Oh,
They're going to measure with the sticks.
yeah, he should have that.
They're bringing the chains out for a measurement.
Yeah, it does look like he has a first down.
Well, the clock is stopped with 59 seconds remaining in the game.
Well, this has been an exciting matchup.
Well, you knew that would happen when you have two of the best teams in Massachusetts high school football taking on one another with a rivalry as storied as Xaverian and Brockton in recent years. And it is a first down for Xaverian. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Hawks with 59 seconds left in the game. They trail by 7. And the ball is going to be spotted at the Brockton 16-yard line.
First down, Xaverian from the 14-yard line.
Shotgun for the Hawks. One wide out to the far side of the field. Calvin East hands it off to Colton, and Colton will be taken down inside the 10.
Timeout called by Xaverian.
And you wouldn't have any idea how many timeouts they have remaining, would you? Oh, let's see. What's it say over there?
Well, 2nd down and 2 for Xaverian.
The ball being on Brockton's 9-yard line.
And the ball spotted at the Boxers' 9. Clock with 48 seconds remaining.
Second and 2.5. 2.5 yards to go.
Second down and 2 now for Xaverian. Flags fly as the ball is snapped. Calvin East looking for the end zone. And complete touchdown to number 9 for Xaverian, Mike Muir. Flags were down. We'll see if this touchdown holds up. If it does, it is a 9-yard touchdown pass from Calvin East to Muir. Touchdown does hold up. And we are an extra point away from Xaverian tying the game. If they elect to go for 2, they could potentially win the game.
Jules Murphy to come in to attempt the point after.
Chris Calvin East to Mike Muir from 9 yards out. Nice grab by Mike Muir in the end zone.
Yeah.
And Xaverian trails by 1, 14-13. And right now they send their kicker, Jules Murphy, out for a big extra point. This would tie the game. Kick is up. That's to the uprights. We've got a tie game, folks.
Jules Murphy's point after on Michael Muir's touchdown. Makes the score. Brockton 13, Xaverian 14.
Wow. That's disheartening. I know Brockton is very disappointed to give up that extra touchdown. Brockton was a minute and a half away from a victory.
Well, Brockton will have 40 seconds to work with the game now tied at 14. Might head into overtime.
Jules Murphy to kick off for Xaverian.
Jules Murphy kicks it off for Xaverian. Bit of an onside kick. Brockton takes it from the 26-yard line. That's Montero. Flags fly again as Montero is taken down at the 29. No shortage of flags thrown in this game.
No, a lot of laundry. Lot of laundry.
There's a flag down on the play.
And it's holding against Brockton.
So I wonder if Coach Colombo's going to go for air it out.
First and 10 from Brockton's 19-yard line. There was a penalty against Brockton on that play.
Brockton hands it off to Trayvon Offley. Short gain by Offley. 26 seconds left to go. Clock continues to count down.
And he's had a couple where he broke it for, 20, 25, 30 yards. And
well, this looks more and more like a game that's heading to overtime as we have less than 10 seconds and the clock counting down.
yeah, this is going to overtime. They're not even going to go attempt another play.
Well, regulation time comes to an end. Brockton 14, Xaverian 14, and a dramatic fourth quarter with the Hawks down by 7. It was a 9-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Chris Calvanese to receiver Mike Muir in the end zone, which tied it up. Jules Murphy put in the extra point. 14-14 is your score as we head to an overtime period. You're watching Brockton Community Access. Peter Zimbor and Brian Madden calling the action from the Hawk Bowl in Westwood, Massachusetts, home to the Xaverian Hawks. As you see on your screen, coaching staff for the Xaverian Hawks at midfield talking things over with an official, and head coach Peter Colombo talking things over with an official. We're going to step aside for a quick breather. We'll be back with this overtime period in just a moment. We're in overtime after a drama-drenched fourth quarter. This is how it'll work. Each team will have 4 opportunities starting from their own 10-yard line to punch it into the end zone. First down for Xaverian. Calvanese with a quick pass to Joey Colton. That might be good for a yard or 2. Each team will get a possession in this overtime. If Xaverian is to score on this possession right here, Brockton will get an opportunity to match them. However, if Xaverian does not score on this series and Brockton does score on their offensive possession, Brockton will go home with the victory. So it was a 1-yard gain on that pass to Joey Colton. Second down and 9. Calvanese back to pass. He's looking for the end zone. Incomplete.
Good defense by number 5. Was able to get in there.
brings up third down.
And that's, what, John Bright?
John Bright in the defensive backfield for Brockton.
And that was very close to a touchdown.
Third and 9 for Xaverian. 4 wideouts once again for the Hawks. Calvin East looked like he wanted a quick pass. He's in trouble. He's just going to throw for the end zone. That's going to be way out of reach, I think. No, it's not. Touchdown, Xaverian, number 21. Tom Jenkins catches it in the corner of the end zone. Even I thought that one was too far back in the corner. And Calvin East planting his foot. That cramp is coming back to him out on the field, but he might not have to do anything else for the remainder of the game. It's up to Brockton to score now as they get an offensive series.
Yeah, he just lofted it up there. He was under pressure and just lofted up there in the back of the end zone on the far right, and was able to make that completion.
And I don't even know if he realized he had a receiver open. I thought he was just launching that football to get away from the Brockton pass rushers.
No, he saw his receiver in the corner, and he was wide open. Calix, I believe it's Calix.
There was Jenkins who got
Ricardo Calixti, however you pronounce it, was back there, but he was unable to defend that reception.
So 20-14 is your score now in overtime. Xaverian has the lead for the first time since the first half.
And if Brockton's able to match that and score on their possession, I don't know how much more this kid has left. I mean, Calvin East is cramping almost after every play.
Xaverian calls timeout.
And I know the butterflies are fluttering in the Brockton's on the Brockton side of the field right now. Nervous and apprehensive of what's going on.
Well, it'll be up to Paul Moraz and the Brockton offense to put 6 points on the board and respond to the 9-yard touchdown pass from Chris Calvin East to Tom Jenkins, which makes it 20-14 here in overtime. But I think that for the extra point,
looks like they're going for 2.
yeah, Xaverian's offense lines up on the field.
Well, that's to Brockton's advantage. If Brockton is able to stop them, DePina can definitely kick an extra point if they're able to score for the win.
And there's going to be some movement on the offensive line for Xaverian. False start.
Motion against Xaverian.
Calvin East back to pass. Pass rushers in his way once again. Throws to the corner. And that Brockton defensive player just about took that wideout's head off.
Good stick. Legal stick. Legal stick.
That was Albert Louis Jean.
He hit him right at the point of contact.
Pass intended for Joe Colton. Incomplete.
And that was Joe Colton feeling the effects of that Albert Louis Jean hit.
Oh,
And they will get the ball on the 10-yard line as well. 4 downs to get it into the zone. Xaverian 20, Brockton 14.
the most important 4 downs of this season, right here.
Certainly up until this point, Brockton's offense takes over at the 10-yard line. 4 opportunities to move the football 10 yards into the end zone. I formation for the Boxers, 1 wide out to the far side of the field. Miraz hands it off to Trayvon Offley. Offley runs into a bit of a brick wall, goes to the right, and he's going to be taken down around the 5-yard line. So a 5-yard gain by Trayvon Offley as he moves the football to the right side of the field.
And he started up the middle and saw the middle was clogged and bounced to the outside. Tried to get around the corner, get into the end zone.
The ball will be spotted at the 6-yard line. So 2nd and 6 for Brockton in this overtime possession. Same formation for Brockton, this time the wide out to the near side. Offley again, up the middle, into the end zone, touchdown Brockton.
Touchdown. Touchdown. That's it. It's a wrap. Now, I'm speaking a little ahead of turn, but...
Don't do that again, Brian. You know what happened.
DePina kicking a field goal.
I thought you were going with your player of the game reference again. That's why I stopped you.
No.
Okay. So we don't know what can happen.
DePina should be kicking an extra point and call it a game.
Unless in overtime rules, they have to go for it. Timeout called by Brockton. I think in overtime you have to go for it.
Huh?
In overtime, I believe you have to go for it. Otherwise, why would Brockton be sending their offensive unit on the field?
I don't understand that, because the announcer downstairs said that.
Let's not listen to that guy, Brian.
Well, that's true. That's true. But he said they elected to go for 2.
Nice enough guy.
Yeah, he's been all over the place today. But I think if Brockton has the opportunity to kick, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I don't think they have that opportunity, though. Otherwise, like you said, no-brainer.
I still like our chances, though.
You're watching Brockton Community Access. If you're just joining us, Brockton had a 14-7 lead in the 4th quarter. Xaverian was able to tie the game with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Chris Calvanese to Mike Muir to force an overtime. Xaverian got ahead in the overtime with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Chris Calvanese to Tom Jenkins, making it 20-14. Brockton has tied it up at 20 with a 6-yard touchdown run from Trayvon Offley. Brockton with an ability to punch it in from 2 yards out right now and potentially win the game. I formation for the Boxers, 2 wideouts split to each side. They give it to Offley up the middle, and he is going to be stopped short.
He never went down. He never touched the ground. His knees never touched the ground. His knees never touched the ground.
Well,
man.
The Brockton coaches are protesting, saying what you're saying, Brian, that Offley's knee never touched the ground. However, the official ruling is he was stopped
Peter
short.
Colombo is livid.
And the score remains 20-20.
His knees never touched the ground.
The score, Brockton 20 and Xaverian 20.
Like I said, Xaverian has more lives than a cat, because that was a game winner right there.
Well, Xaverian's offense takes the ball once again from the 10-yard line. 20-20 is the score.
Well, they missed.
Now we go into a second overtime, and the Boxers will have first attempt into the end zone.
So now,
that's not right.
in second overtime, Brockton's offense takes the field once again as they have possession of the football.
So you know they're going to be a little tired after that, you know. Well, you're
They
playing
just
football.
might be. First and 10 in double overtime. Brockton with 10 yards, 4 plays to punch it in. Back to pass is Miraz. He's got some time, rolling to the right, looking for the end zone. Intercepted
No.
by Xaverian. Or do they say it's incomplete? No, intercepted. Xaverian Hawks football. More twists and turns than a maze this game has had.
Wow.
Pass was intercepted in the end zone. And Xaverian takes over.
For Xaverian. 4 wideouts once again for the Hawks. Calvin East looked like he wanted a quick pass. He's in trouble. He's just going to throw for the end zone. That's going to be way out of reach, I think. No, it's not. Touchdown, Xaverian, number 21. Tom Jenkins catches it in the corner of the end zone. Even I thought that one was too far back in the corner. And Calvin East planting his foot. That cramp is coming back to him out on the field, but he might not have to do anything else for the remainder of the game. It's up to Brockton to score now as they get an offensive series.
Yeah, he just lofted it up there. He was under pressure and just lofted up there in the back of the end zone on the far right, and was able to make that completion.
And I don't even know if he realized he had a receiver open. I thought he was just launching that football to get away from the Brockton pass rushers.
No, he saw his receiver in the corner, and he was wide open. Calix, I believe it's Calix.
There was Jenkins who got the...
Ricardo Calixti, however you pronounce it, was back there, but he was unable to defend that reception.
So 20-14 is your
points.
score now in overtime. Xaverian has the lead for the first time since the first half.
And if Brockton's able to match that and score on their possession, I don't know how much more this kid has left. I mean, Calvin East is cramping almost after every play.
Xaverian calls timeout.
And I know the butterflies are fluttering in the Brockton's on the Brockton side of the field right now. Nervous and apprehensive of what's going on.
Well, it'll be up to Paul Miraz and the Brockton offense to put 6 points on the board and respond to the 9-yard touchdown pass from Chris Calvin East to Tom Jenkins, which makes it 20-14 here in overtime. But I think that for the extra point,
looks like they're going for 2.
yeah, Xaverian's offense lines up on the field.
Well, that's to Brockton's advantage. If Brockton is able to stop them, DePina can definitely kick an extra point if they're able to score for the win.
And there's going to be some movement on the offensive line for Xaverian. False start.
Motion against Xaverian. Elmer.
Calvin East back to pass. Pass rushers in his way once again, throws to the corner. And that Brockton defensive player just about took that wideout's head off.
Good stick. Legal stick. Legal stick.
That was Albert Louis Jean.
He hit him right at the point of contact.
Pass intended for Joe Colton. Incomplete.
And that was Joe Colton feeling the effects of that Albert Louis Jean hit.
Oh.
And they will get the ball on the 10-yard line as well. 4 downs to get it into the zone. Xaverian 20, Brockton 14.
The most important 4 downs of this season, right here.
Certainly up until this point, Brockton's offense takes over at the 10-yard line. 4 opportunities to move the football 10 yards into the end zone. I formation for the Boxers, 1 wide out to the far side of the field. Miraz hands it off to Trayvon Offley. Offley runs into a bit of a brick wall, goes to the right, and he's going to be taken down around the 5-yard line. So a 5-yard gain by Trayvon Offley as he moves the football to the right side of the field.
And he started up the middle and saw the middle was clogged and bounced to the outside. Tried to get around the corner, get into the end zone.
The ball will be spotted at the 6-yard line. So 2nd and 6 for Brockton in this overtime possession. Same formation for Brockton, this time the wide out to the near side. Offley again, up the middle, into the end zone, touchdown Brockton.
Touchdown. Touchdown. That's it. It's a wrap. Now, I'm speaking a little ahead of turn, but...
Don't do that again, Brian. You know what happened.
DePina kicking a field goal.
I thought you were going with your player of the game reference again. That's why I stopped you.
No.
Okay. So we don't know what can happen.
DePina should be kicking an extra point and call it a game.
Unless in overtime rules, they have to go for it. Timeout called by Brockton. I think in overtime you have to go for it.
Huh?
In overtime, I believe you have to go for it. Otherwise, why would Brockton be sending their offensive unit on the field?
I don't understand that, because the announcer downstairs said that.
Let's not listen to that guy, Brian.
Well, that's true. That's true. But he said they elected to go for 2.
Nice enough guy.
Yeah, he's been all over the place today. But I think if Brockton has the opportunity to kick, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I don't think they have that opportunity, though. Otherwise, like you said, no-brainer.
I still like our chances, though.
You're watching Brockton Community Access. If you're just joining us, Brockton had a 14-7 lead in the 4th quarter. Xaverian was able to tie the game with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Chris Calvinese to Mike Muir to force an overtime. Xaverian got ahead in the overtime with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Chris Calvinese to Tom Jenkins, making it 20-14. Brockton has tied it up at 20 with a 6-yard touchdown run from Trayvon Offley. Brockton with an ability to punch it in from 2 yards out right now and potentially win the game. I formation for the Boxers, 2 wideouts split to each side. They give it to Offley up the middle, and he is going to be stopped short.
He never went down. He never touched the ground. His knees never touched the ground. His knees never touched the ground.
Well,
man.
The Brockton coaches are protesting, saying what you're saying, Brian, that Offley's knee never touched the ground. However, the official ruling is he was stopped
Peter
short.
Colombo is livid.
And the score remains 20-20.
His knees never touched the ground.
The score, Brockton 20 and Xaverian 20.
Like I said, Xaverian has more lives than a cat because that was a game winner right there.
Well, Xaverian's offense takes the ball once again from the 10-yard line. 20-20 is the score.
Well, they missed.
Now we go into a second overtime, and the Boxers will have first attempt into the end zone.
So now,
that's not right.
In second overtime, Brockton's offense takes the field once again as they have possession of the football.
So you know they're going to be a little tired after that, you know. Well, you're playing
They just
football.
might be. First and 10 in double overtime. Brockton with 10 yards, 4 plays to punch it in. Back to pass is Miraz. He's got some time, rolling to the right, looking for the end zone. Intercepted by Xaverian. Or do they say it's incomplete? No, intercepted. Xaverian Hawks football. More twists and turns than a maze this game has had.
Wow.
Pass was intercepted in the end zone. And Xaverian takes over. Xaverian will now take over on the 10-yard line and will attempt to get in the end zone.
Well, Xaverian starts from the 10-yard line now due to that interception. Xaverian's defense doing a fine job on that last play. First and 10 for the Hawks. Calvinese gives it to Colton up the middle. He takes it to about the 5-yard line.
Wow.
Second and 5.
Well, no matter the verdict in today's game, Brian, let's just say they meet in the postseason. Can you imagine the emotions leading into that game? Second down.
Yeah, Brockton had them beat multiple
and
times.
5 for the Hawks. Double overtime. They give it to Colton again, up the middle. He'll be stopped short of the goal line, but picks up a yard or 2 on the carry.
Gain of about 2 yards. It looks like
They're going to kick a field goal. Third down. They're going to kick a field goal.
Xaverian takes its timeout.
Well, Well, we've got a timeout on the field. 20-20 once again is your score in double overtime. Xaverian with the ball at the Brockton Boxers' 3-yard line.
What a game. Well, win, lose, or draw, this has been an exciting game.
Jules Murphy is out there for point after.
So,
For field goal.
Yeah.
Jules Murphy, kicker for Xaverian, comes onto the field to an attempt a field goal.
The field goal.
Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good. And with that, the Xaverian Hawks defeat the Brockton Boxers by a score of 23-20 in double overtime. Xaverian's bench erupts in jubilation. The Brockton bench subdued and disappointed. But what a game, Brian.
Excellent game. Excellent game. Brockton played excellent today. They just came up short. Xaverian played a little better. I mean, Brockton had numerous opportunities to close this out and wasn't able to do so. So, congratulations to Xaverian. We'll see you in the playoffs, more than likely, hopefully.
Quick scoring summary before we wrap things up. Xaverian got on the board first in the first quarter with a 2-yard touchdown run from running back Joe Colton. Brockton bounced back in the second quarter with 2 rushing touchdowns from Trayvon Offley from 12 yards and 11 yards out respectively. Brockton went into halftime up by a score of 14-7. No scores in the third period by either team. In the fourth quarter, in the last minute of the game, a 9-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Chris Calvanese to Mike Muir tied the game at 14 for Xaverian. Then in overtime, Xaverian drew first blood. Chris Calvanese once again with a 9-yard touchdown pass, this time to Tom Jenkins. That made it 20-14 in favor of the Hawks. Brockton recovered and returned fire with a 6-yard touchdown run from Trayvon Offley to tie it at 20. And then, as we just saw moments ago, Jules Murphy for the Xaverian Hawks kicks a field goal, winning the game for Xaverian by a score of 23-20 in double overtime. Brian, any final words on this game, which has been filled with a number of interesting twists and turns?
My final statement is great game. Congratulations to Xaverian for a hard-fought win. I mean, Brockton had, like I said, many opportunities to close this out and wasn't able to do so. Good job by both teams, and we'll see you soon.
A drama-drenched game on a September afternoon in Westwood, Massachusetts. Your final score from the Hawk Bowl. The Xaverian Hawks defeat your Brockton Boxers by a score of 23-20 in double overtime. Xaverian improves to 3-0. Brockton is 2-1. For everyone here at Brockton Community Access, our producer Aaron Tebow, my broadcast partner Brian Madden, I'm Peter Zimbor. We'll see you next Friday night as Brockton hosts St. John Danvers. Until then, have a good day.